welcome everybody. This is Retro Challenge Gamer.
And the wife.
Yes, she has the headset. Well,
I have stolen it from you.
Oh, totally. And I am playing.
And you will not get it for the rest of this game.
Yes, so I am playing while she's just sitting in the background watching me play.
And laughing at all the mistakes he does, because we know that that is the most hilarious part of this.
Indeed. So we are playing Okami, which is a rather unique, interesting game. It's kind of like a Zelda offshoot, without actually being Zelda. And I've only played this game once since it came out, at least on the Wii anyway. So this is my first time coming back to it after going through the game once. So
I like the drawings, sorry.
Yes, it's very stylized. That's one of the appeals of this game. It's intended to look like a painting come to life. Is kind of how it's described. And so
I love those paintings that come to life.
That'd be kind of scary in real life if that was true. I'd be like, take this painting back. I don't want it.
Yeah, but then your imagination can go really wild. You know what I mean? Well, maybe it's just me, because my imagination is always crazy. Haha.
Well,
and I realized that Okami is the day version of Twilight Princess, because Link is the nighttime version of the wolf, if you think about it.
Well, they did come out within a year or two or three or so of each other, so it's almost like one could have drawn inspiration from the other, or stole from the other, however you look at it.
Actually, I was looking at a picture, and it had Zelda versus one of the characters we'll see in later on. I forget his name, but he's got silvery hair. And the wolves were opposite of each other, and it's not just the coloring, it's the genders. Like Zelda's a female, and the silvery-haired person is a gentleman. And the wolves are opposite of each other in that aspect.
Interesting.
Yes, I thought it was great. When I see the picture again, I will see if we can post it up and give kudos to the person that drew it, because I mean, it was really, really good.
Well, let's talk about the challenge while the story is.
I'm sorry, I just went on a tangent and was talking about this painting come to life.
Yeah. As I said, it would be really creepy. So while this is playing in the background, y'all can read the text. There is no voice acting. It's more of kind of like gibberish mumbling is how Okami chose to do it in terms of voice acting.
I thought you were talking about my talking, or my tangents.
Could be gibberish mumbling.
Listen, I like my rabbit trails. Enough said.
But I digress.
Yeah, you better.
Anyway, so the challenge, I knew right off the bat I was going to have at least a minimal health challenge. You start off with 3, I guess you could say, solar energies, which is
pretty much like the 3 hearts from Link.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
But I would not increase my solar energy by 1 unit, so I would stay 3 solar energies total. That much I knew coming into this challenge what I would do. Now,
and he did not even converse with the wife.
Well,
that's the sad thing.
Well, this is what's going to happen next. I've only played this game once. You've seen me play this game once. I don't know any other aspects of the game in terms of what I can limit myself in creating a challenge. So if there's other aspects of the game that I can limit myself, either I know there's like an upgrade system with praise and stuff, I might need to look into that, about what I need to do to, make this challenge harder for myself and more interesting for you viewers, then we'll discuss this on the fly, because other than the minimal health, I have no idea what else I could be doing for this challenge, and that's...
Well, not speaking gibberish.
Well, we could speak gibberish for the whole series, but I don't think that would be very entertaining for anybody.
Because your gibberish is really hard to understand.
Yeah, what?
What are you, Charlie Brown? I still never understood what the teachers were saying.
You weren't supposed to. They were adult speak. They were speaking kid speak.
And yet, us kids go to school to learn this? Wow. I gotta re-examine my brain on this part again. I must have been out of school for a long time. Anyway.
So basically what this is, it's setting up the basic mythos of Orochi, Shiranu, and Naji, the 3 main primary characters of this legend that Okami starts you off on.
Right.
So, you basically hear the legend as it was told down the years through the village of Kamiki, I think, village?
I don't know.
Yeah, so...
Once we see the spelling, we'll be able to figure it out.
Yeah, actually...
Depending on if you can actually pronounce it properly.
So, but all this is quite important because it comes into play later.
Okay, that's not Nami, that's Nami. That's how they pronounce it, is Nami.
How about Naji, or Najai?
Nagi.
Nagi?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know they pronounce Orochi like that.
Yeah.
That is proper
I
pronunciation.
think the G's are usually like almost like a soft G, so gi. Like, I don't know.
The Moon Cave, how aptly named.
I want to live there. In the Moon Cave. I bet the moon's really pretty in that cave, too.
I don't know, there's
Never mind.
There's an 8-headed beast in that cave, I wouldn't want to live there.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
But yeah, you always...
I don't think the Moon Cave really has the 8-headed beast.
Yeah, you never get full views of this beast. You get, like, shadows and silhouettes of what Orochi could look like, but you never actually get a full-on view, not until you actually fight him. So, you get this kind of like a general idea of what he could look like, but you don't actually get to see what he is. You know he looks like something like a dragon with 8 heads, but the overall end product is quite different than what you get here.
Yeah.
At least the impression, anyway.
You know what I always think of when I see the shadows? I think of dinosaurs. Because of the teeth. Like an ichthyosaurus. Sort of. No.
Are you thinking of the wrong dinosaur?
An ichthyosaurus was a water animal. Sorry.
Yeah.
Try to think of a short-snouted dinosaur.
There's always the velociraptors. They have short snouts.
Okay.
Bingo! Works. I always like the fact that you can actually skip all these cutscenes if you just want to get straight to the gaming and play the game. But for those who've never played Okami or haven't actually viewed it, which is very few people now at this point, I'm just going to keep going with the story and have it play itself out. Otherwise, you know, I would normally just skip this and go straight to the game. But it's showing you some of the powers that
You acquire?
Yeah, that you can acquire later on in the game.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool that it kind of gives you... Whoop! Now, cool, we can just, like, grow trees. So it's just...
That would be a very, very, very cool skill.
Yeah, you plant
in real life.
Yeah, you plant a seed in the ground. I'm like,
I'm
I
gonna
want
see
an apple tree. Boom! Hey, look, there's an apple.
I'm going to see if I can actually start doing that. You're right, like that'll ever happen. Okay, anyway.
Despite all these powers, she stood exhausted before the Orochi. Wow, there's nothing that could beat this beast, but oh, lo and behold, there's an Achilles heel in the midst. Something that can defeat this indomitable beast. Unbeknownst to the viewer, this is actually another skill you can have.
Yeah.
So you can call on the moon just like you can call on the sun and change night to day and day to night. Quite similar to the Song of the Sun or Song of Suns or something in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
And I think there's one in Wind Waker. There was a tune in Wind Waker where you could change the days.
passing.
Yep,
yeah.
the passing of the time. However, they took that out in Twilight Princess, so you literally had to wait around for things to happen in that game. Which was kind of annoying, but you didn't really have to wait too long, so whatever.
Well, when we play Twilight Princess, we'll remind ourselves that they wanted us to enjoy the twilight.
The atmosphere.
Yes, the atmosphere of the twilight.
Ooh, beheadings. Yes. I like this game already. Oh, wait.
And everybody wonders why I married you? Because you like cartoon headings. They never understood that aspect.
Cartoon headings or cartoon beheadings?
Whatever.
Those are two totally different things, honey.
Well, since I'm not in that world, I don't know.
Kamiki. Yep, I was right.
Yes.
Town of Kamiki.
Okay, it is Kamiki. And it's Shiranu, you're right. That is how you pronounce that name.
Yeah. reason why the change in name from Shiranu to Amaterasu, I'm not really sure why that name change occurred and what was the point and deeper meaning for that name change when she gets reborn here in a minute.
Because she...
If anyone knows about that, fill that in.
Amaterasu,
Amaterasu?
yeah, is their belief, is the mother goddess in that cultural belief. Like Mother Nature, in some people's belief, Mother Nature would be the same thing as Amaterasu. Yeah, I cannot pronounce it. I'm really trying not to butcher it, so forgive me.
And this is where we finally get into the actual graphics of the game.
Oh, look, there's color!
Yep, so
I like the color.
Come to life.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Actually, this is kind of the dark moon cave, so...
I kind of want to touch the colors. Come here, leaves. Come back. Sorry.
Oh, they're coming at you already.
Oh, my imagination was going wild.
I'm sure it was.
Ooh. I feel like I'm in 3D. No.
Who's this mysterious figure? This is the one sword in the stone you don't want to pull. This is a bad, bad idea. When you see these things in front of you, yeah, that's a bad idea, buddy. You just screwed up bad. Run, boy, run!
This is not Forrest Gump.
So this is what I was saying. You get nothing but silhouettes. So you kind of get an idea of what Orochi looks like, but you don't actually see its true form until much later. So I don't know what happened 100 years ago, but there's a seal that put Orochi into, in the moon cave for good. He pulled it out, which reawakened Orochi, but for some reason he's still stuck in there. He can't go too far beyond, but he can still stretch out his power.
He almost kind of looks like a weird turtle because the house is on his back. You notice that? I know. No offense to turtles, I love them.
So
They're cute.
I never really understood why he needed the blood pact with whoever that stranger was. We don't know at this point, of course. But it seems like he's doing just fine without that blood pact. He's cursing everything. He's doing a good job of it, so why he even bothered asking that fool any... I don't know. I don't know why. But yeah, pretty much everything is turned to stone. But what really happens, it wasn't because of the curse that these people turned to stone. So all that mythos and everything, yeah, that was just the prelude. This is actually the real story. I was about to smash the statue. Our story would have ended real quick. Game over.
Sakuya, yep.
Why do prophecies always gotta be about doom and gloom? Why can't they be about happy things?
Because if they're about happy things, then there's no point in having a story.
True, but...
Unless you're doing Sakura Wars, and even then that's questionable.
There were no prophecies in there, were there?
Exactly.
Okay, there you go. Which is another one we're doing on the side. Another game, that is.
Yep. Amaterasu.
And so what she's giving you is your first weapon, which is a reflector, is what it's called in the game. And it's a very basic one-hit weapon, which you can do limited combos with, but it's not the best. But you can upgrade it to different weapon types and increase the strength of the current one you have. But this is what brings Amaterasu back to life. So she is no longer Shiranu. She is Okami Amaterasu. Name change, no idea why.
I told you, because Amaterasu is supposed to be the mother goddess of the entire world.
Yeah, so what is Shimanu then?
We'll have to look it up.
Exactly! What's the point of the name change? If it's one and the same being. Anyway.
You are so focused on the names.
Oh yeah, this wood sprite, whatever, has no covering on her butt.
Really?
Yes! Next time the camera looks from the other angle, you'll have to get closer than this, but yeah, she's got no covering on her butt in her clothing. I don't know why.
Yes, she does.
If you don't believe me, take a look again after.
Okay, I'll look.
Hey look, that almost looks like one of them paintings for the wild waves and everything.
Yeah, I like those.
Except they're like dark energies and stuff.
No.
Nippon is supposed to be a reference to Japan, so they kind of said this was modeled after Japan. See, look, she's got no thing. You can see her butt.
Really?
Not only that, there's something in her boobs.
Stop it.
No, I'm serious. Look at this. And she's laughing about it. And she's smacking her boobs. What was that?
I am going to laugh and I am going to apologize for my husband's insensitive remarks about a woman's body.
Well, look! I'm not... It's what's in the game, not...
You're making fun of a woman.
No, I'm just wondering why designers chose to do certain things. I think there were quite a few.
Because a lot of people like to see a woman look hot. Even if it is a game.
Oh, I don't think he was... Isun. And this is this game's Navi,
And
Midna, Fee, King of Red Lions, however you want to call it. This is this game's... Whoa there. This is this game's partner sidekick, which pretty much tells you where to go, what to do, things like that. And he's very, very talkative. Almost too talkative, almost to a fault, I think. And there you go. Oh, you pissed him off now, Amaterasu. Dinkomaru! So this is what I was saying earlier. They turned to stone, but she kept their spirits alive and pretty much the fruit of her tree. So there's one piece of fruit on the tree which can restore the village, but right now you don't have anything, any powers to cut that fruit down. So, you really have only one choice. And I remember when I first played this game, and I think you can recall too, that I was stuck in this area for a long time trying to figure out what the heck was I supposed to do. We were like wandering in circles right in front of this tree. Like
Yep,
over and
yep.
over again. And I was
Because,
just like,
of course, you didn't listen to your wife's directions or guidance.
well, it was kind of vague. It was just like, what do you do? Where do you go? And what you do is you have to go to the base of the tree and go through the opening there. I was just like, what? Really? Yeah, it really is that simple. Because I was trying to figure out how to cut that fruit down. I'm like, is there something I can use, like a stick to throw or something? So I was being kind of a doofus right there. I spent like probably a good 2 or 3 minutes trying to figure out what I needed to do.
And he still didn't listen to his wife. Who was pointing out the obvious?
Well, I could see that, but I thought they were expecting us to take care of the fruit then and there. Not go through and then, go through this kind of like you could almost say
weird doorway.
No, like a training ground. This is almost like a training ground.
Ah.
Kind of gives you an idea of the controls and how to use your skills and stuff before you can actually cut the fruit down. Now, I know this is going to cut the video off a little bit early, but I don't know how long it's going to take to get through this little training ground.
Yeah.
So, we're going to have Isun explain this save point. You'll come across a lot of these in the game.
Yep.
We're going to have him explain it, and then we're going to save our game and then call it quits there, and we'll continue in the next video.
Yep.
So I know there wasn't a lot of play time in this particular video. Sorry about that, but I promise later videos will be much longer than this.
Yep.
Yep. See you later.
Alright, bye.